What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two in the Teal podcast. I'm Ethan.
I'm Marcus. Thanks for riding with us. We're going to be here with you all season long. A lot of tears, a lot of happy times. Give us a like and subscribe.
Let's freaking go. Welcome in.
We are so back, dude.
So back. It's been a minute. Heartbreaking loss against the Bills after a 13-win season. You know, the DB made a great play. It was a Trevor Lawrence interception, but I thought the DB broke up the pass, made a great play, balls up in the air, heads up play. Tip your cap to the Bills defense.
Bills are just so electric sometimes.
You know, if Josh Allen is playing well against you, what do you want? What are we supposed to do?
It's like, it really is a shame that they haven't won a Super Bowl with like that core team because wow, like I feel like they just deserve it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really a shame that the Bills did not beat the Broncos in that overtime to then go to play the Patriots.
Right.
Because what happened was then the blizzard hits in Denver while Denver's playing with their backup quarterback because Bo Nix hurts his ankle, right? I mean, Josh Allen should have gone in there. I think he would have beat the Patriots. The Patriots had a real good defense. That's something that I feel like gets a little underappreciated about that Patriots Super Bowl appearance is that the defense was playing awesome.
Yeah.
The offense was horrifying to watch. Drake May, so thank goodness we can pause the construction on his Hall of Fame bust. I mean,
Right.
the idea that people were voting for him as the MVP over Matt Stafford is embarrassing.
Right. That's pretty
I think
bad.
their credentials should be taken away. Just adjusting here. Their credentials should be taken away because you had people out there going like, well, Drake May is doing it with not as good as players. And I'm like, okay, so he got to beat up on the Jets and the Dolphins 4 times, played well against the Bills, like definitely was playing well. I'm not like, he's definitely really, really good, but hey, Marcus, if I told you you have to win a football game tomorrow and give me in order 1 through 3, everything is equal. Actually, you don't know anything, but you have Matt Stafford, Drake May, and Trevor Lawrence available in 1, 2, and 3. Who are you going to take first?
Well, obviously, like being a Jags fan, we got to take Trevor Lawrence. Right. Like I don't even know who Matthew Stafford is, but I'm absolutely going to take Matthew Stafford over Drake May.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
What you were seeing in that Super Bowl was Drake May having, because he's a second-year player, basically a rookie because his rookie year was a bit of a wash, but not manipulating anything, not reading anything, just running the plays, and the plays weren't there, and you saw the worst Super Bowl performance I've ever seen in my life from a team. So,
yeah, it was bad, but like, dude, you got to just sometimes sit back, and when I was watching that game, it surprised you to find out like what I was watching or who I was watching. Well, let me tell you, it was the defensive line of Seattle, and I mean, even if Drake May is like a great player, which I don't really know. I didn't watch enough of his football last year, but like, he didn't even have a chance.
No shot.
There was no chance. Like, he got beat up the whole game. And I saw this crazy, hilarious clip of the head coach. Like, he had just got knocked out on the sideline, and the head coach comes up to him, and like, you can hear Drake May like wincing on the sideline as he got like busted out of bounds. And the coach goes up to him. He's like, "You want to keep going?" And like, Drake's like, yeah. And like, you could
This
just
is in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, there's a clip out there of it.
I'm going to go find this clip.
Find the clip. It's crazy because like, you can just feel in that clip the beat down that poor kid is getting. Like, I honestly felt bad for him because it's just picture perfect. Like, the Seattle's defense came out to be like, you guys are not on our level. Like, somehow you got here, but you just don't understand what we're about to do to you. Yeah. And that's what I saw, dude. It was rough. It's hard to watch.
Well, we were at the Seattle Jaguar game that the Jaguars easily could have won, by the way. I mean, Travis Hunter offsides on offense, which, please go throw him on defense because he took away an immaculate Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown. We lost by 8 points that game, and I don't think we played well at any single point during it. So, but we saw it in person. That Seattle defensive line, Marcus, they have 8 guys that were getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
They
Like,
don't
no
sit there.
problem rotating. They could rotate to the next guy and, like, guarantee at least get some pressure to the quarterback if, like, it's not a quick pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there was opportunities even with the twos.
And we can turn this over into Jaguars because the reason the Jaguars won 13 games is because they managed to come out of that first really hard stretch against Chiefs, Bengals, whoever, like Texans, whatever. So we split with the Texans. We beat the Colts and the Titans, whatever. But that latter half of the season, it was a little softer of a schedule, and Trevor Lawrence was just playing really, really well. We still have issues. Number one, if Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker aren't playing well,
Right.
the quarterbacks sit back there and have a soup and a salad and then a pasta course and then the entree. No pressure from
Awesome.
the interior. I mean, but we would text
Some-
you text during the game
Yeah.
and go like, "Hello?
Yeah.
Anybody?"
It's bad. Like, we just need, dude, we just need somebody who's, like, elevated. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Josh Hines Allen is a great player, and I love having him
Dog.
on our team. But if there was a guy out there, which there are players out there, who could, like, elevate his game a step further, you know? Because once you get that next guy on the other side who's a dog, it brings that other side just up more because they're kind of like competing and working together at the same time, you know? So I just think that having one more big time pass rusher would be huge. Now,
Huge.
and Trayvon Walker, he's a great ball player too. You know, he plays the run just about as good as anybody else, but I don't know if he's like that kind of pass rusher.
And give credit to Gladstone because Trayvon Walker is now the 13th highest paid edge defender. I think that's fair.
Sure.
Yeah, he's about 13th. That's fine. I'm
Sure.
totally in line with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think will help is Travis Hunter moving to primarily be a defensive back. Look, I didn't play DB. I wish Quint was here to tell us about this,
Right.
but Travis Hunter looks like a natural back there.
He really
looks
does.
so comfortable back there, like plug and play.
He's so
Offense
fast.
is where he had a lot of ground to make up because he can't just like catch. Well, that's the thing is he was great after the catch, and that's what he
Yeah.
was doing in college, and he was just burning DBs from Colorado State. But
Right.
so he's great with the ball in his hands. So those screen passes, he was awesome. But on defense, Marcus, you're shutting down Devontae Adams, shutting down the Chiefs wide receivers, like just
Yeah.
so natural. So if we can get Travis Hunter back there, Monteric Brown's coming back. We've got oh geez, see, I'm drawing a blank because
Dude, I don't even know who our players
Jerry
are
Jones
right
is
now.
starting to play really well. And then our safeties are pretty good. Antonio Johnson's really starting to come into his own. Eric Murray back there. We get that Caleb Ransaw back. So he never played last year as a rookie. He got hurt, but he was a
that's
third-round pick. He's good.
Yeah. Right. Wait, what position is he in?
Safety, but he can play
Okay.
a little corner. And
Okay.
if they can get a third of a second in coverage, that helps Josh and Trayvon. Like, so
For
I
sure.
think that's going to meld really well. But let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Devin Lloyd was pretty good last year.
He sure was. Yeah, he won us a lot of games.
And they just let him go. He got signed for $15 million a year, to which we can't afford $15 million.
Yeah, I was surprised at that.
And they didn't really fill that hole.
No, it doesn't feel like it, does it? Unless they have like something that they're planning on, you know? I mean, there's
Right now, it's
Who
Ventrell
steps up?
Miller and
Ventrell Miller.
Branson Combs and Jack Kaiser are the other linebackers. They didn't draft a linebacker. They didn't sign a linebacker. They're banking on coaching and fill it in, Foye, be the leader. What do you think about it?
And I mean, first of all, I think it's kind of tough that we can pay Trayvon so much cash, but we can't pay, our best linebacker,
Second team
which-
All-Pro. Should
which
have been
is
first
tough, considering that, like, that guy was Duval,
Yeah.
this past season. Like, he was like, we rallied behind him, like, after that big 99-yard, a touchdown interception
Yeah.
return. But
team. Yeah.
if anybody can rally a group of linebackers in the locker room, I believe it to be Foye.
Yes.
So, I mean, it stinks, but if I believe that our coaching staff is something great, we got some greatness in there in the leadership room. So I'm gonna say that they kind of have it figured out.
Yeah. They
That's
we
my
keep
take.
getting called like Rams, but East Coast, and it's all guys from the Rams, and I get it. But I sit there and I go, right, but the Rams have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and Trevor's really, really good. So I'm all good at quarterback, but he has Devontae Adams and Puka. And it's the guys that fit the mold. So Devontae and Puka, those are Stafford's guys. Jacoby and Pookie Washington are Trevor's guys.
Pookie.
Brian Thomas Jr. Apparently, Brian Thomas and Trevor have looked really good at OTAs, in shorts and playing against nobody. But still, I like
Right.
it. I'm
Yeah,
all
that
for
sounds
it.
good.
And Brenton Strange here. Let's pause on Brenton Strange because we'll talk about the draft. But it's they're making a bet that Trevor is going to play at a really high level because they're just going to start filling guys in. They don't have $15 million a year to go spend on an inside linebacker.
Right. And like assuming that Trevor plays the same way that he did at the end of the season, we've had those kind of like mixed moments with Trev, whether he was like hitting the mark or overthrowing the ball. But like, I mean, that second half of the season, Trevor Lawrence, man, I mean, and that is him when he's playing it to his full capability, is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. If he played like that all the time, he would win so many Super Bowls in his career. Like
Yeah.
there's no doubt, dude.
Oh yeah. And look, we're the first people that as soon as a player starts playing poorly, we're like, get him off the field. Gosh,
I know.
We are so critical. And then this is something that bothers me about these players is then when they have one good game, they're like, what do you have to say now? And I go, good game.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah. How about those 4 games where you did
Right.
fuck all,
Right.
Like,
Literally, yeah.
and so, I was out here like, trade Trevor Lawrence. Oh my God, he sucks. But to be fair, he was playing horribly.
It was really bad. Yeah, it wasn't good.
And you know what? Whatever. All right, the draft. No
Okay.
first round pick because we traded what ended up turning into Mason Graham, which is just the 1-for-1 in the first round. So fine, he had half a sack. Good job. He's a good player,
Sure.
solid player. They got that Quinshawn Judkins, who's pretty good running back. The 4th round picks that we swapped, we got Bashal Tootin. They got another running back, Dylan Sampson, I think. Tootin, love him.
Yeah, and we also need to, after this, go back to the running back room too.
Yes, we will.
Okay, cool.
And then this year they got the wide receiver from Texas A&M, Casey Concepcion. Real nice player. So I watched some A&M games this year. He's good. He pops off the screen for sure. So they got him at 24. And so the Travis Hunter trade has been concluded. So no first round pick. We grabbed Nate Borkcher, tight end from Texas A&M, another Texas A&M guy. So we go tight end from Texas A&M, the defensive lineman from Texas A&M, fine, grab an interior defensive lineman, love it. We go Emmanuel Pregnon, which I remember us texting, and I was like, he looks like a house. I'm all for it. Give me a guard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Athletic looking guard.
Yes.
The dude is jacked.
Huge. Another tight end, an edge rusher, and some linebackers and a safety or something, right? So whatever. I read this draft as specifically they go, our competition is the Houston Texans this year. What did in those Texans games, I watched us blow a 20-something point lead, and it was because of Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. Those guys are, I would give, I don't have any children to give. I would give one of Quint's daughters to have Will Anderson on the Jaguars.
He is
one of his beautiful
so
daughters, and they are such gorgeous children. I would send one to the city of Houston for Will Anderson. Man, he's so good. So I read it as bring in some more tight ends, let Brenton Strange do more of the receiving, and help chip these edge players that are on Houston.
Yeah, when you really break it down, like on offense, what beat us this past season was their edge rushers. I felt like, it was Trevor got pressured a whole bunch of times, and I mean, there's just a lot of really great defensive linemen out there right now,
Yeah.
and so obviously, like when we first saw that draft pick, and they went tight end, everybody's like, but Brenton Strange is so good. And I even fell for it too. I was like, but Brenton Strange, he's our guy. I don't know what the point of that was. Well, maybe like we're going to do some more big packages
Yes.
and like give some more support, get a good block, like pass blocking tight end, double team, somebody. I don't know. Give up a
Yeah.
receiver on a pass play and use a tight end as an additional blocker.
And so
Sounds
our first
good.
pick, so I also think that our coaches understand that the real football, we're not going to have Sunny and 75 in Jacksonville deep in the
Mm-mm.
playoffs. We're going to have to go play at Denver, at New England, at Buffalo, at Kansas City, where it's going to be, you're going to feel the cold in your bones. It's going to
Yeah.
be 4 degrees. And where's that going to come in handy? Oh, we have a couple of interior offensive linemen from last year's draft, and we got a guy who looks like a house this year. We got a couple of big tight ends, and we got a defensive lineman.
Right.
I think the guys weren't popping off these consensus boards. I heard Tony Baselli go like, some guys who don't even work in football have their boards. He goes, I don't care about what some dude at PFF thinks about our draft. I don't.
Right.
And I love that. And another thing is that Nate Borkature walked on it was either Nebraska or Wisconsin, transferred to Texas A&M, and was a starter at Texas A&M. So he was a walk-on, transfers to the SEC, and starts on an SEC team that won 12 games or something.
Yeah.
I love that
He's
mindset.
tough. Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, mentally tough guys. And you got to think, we have a culture to still rebuild over here.
Uh-huh.
We're not getting walk-on mentality. Like,
You're
getting these
preaching,
guys
dog.
that are like wired the right way in the head. So if we drop 3 games in a row, I'm going to pull up our schedule. If we were to drop the 2 games in London against the Eagles and the Texans, which would you be surprised if we went 0-2 in London?
No.
No. But we got the guys that are built the right way that are going to be like, yeah, it's adversity. It's fine.
Right. You're preaching, dude. Two Teal's back, man.
Dude, I mean, it makes so much sense. People giving our draft an F or a D. Wait,
Right.
okay, it wasn't an A, no problem. But like, to say that these are a bunch of nobodies, I'm like, guys, we got guys that when shit's the fan or whatever, like, they're going to be wired the right way. And I love that.
I agree, dude. Like, the coaches have a game plan. They don't
Yeah.
just like show up on draft day and they're like, who's the next best available guy?
That's what I
not.
do. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
That's
Absolutely.
what I
but,
do.
But oh yeah. But like what they actually are doing is evaluating the film. They're looking at what were we lacking last year? Where was an area that we could have some recovery? Like, what kind of guys do we want in the locker room? They go out, they visit these guys, they visit with their families. There's like NFL, there's coaching jobs in the NFL. I don't know if you knew about this. There's coaching jobs in the NFL that are all about like character development and leadership coaches. It's like an actual thing. And so like those coaches go and they like really are building relationships with these guys. And if our leadership coach, whatever that title is, sorry, I'm probably botching it. If he was like, hey, this tight end from Texas A&M doesn't have a big name, but he's got everything that we want in Jacksonville.
Yes.
You need to take him. I trust that guy.
Yeah.
I do. Like we got to believe in our coaches, man.
Yes. Gladstone can get on my nerves because sometimes I'm like, it feels like he practices these press conferences in the mirror at night where he's just like, I'm
Right.
about to come out with these fire lines. But one thing that I don't think he needed to say anything other than this is he was saying that he said this about Travis Hunter. He goes, Travis Hunter doesn't have to do anything extra or anything special. He can just be himself.
Right.
And that alone, that's all we need.
Yeah.
And I think that's the idea with that Nate Borkature. And by the way, Nate Borkature would have gone not that long after we got him. Like, okay, he would have gone at 72 instead of 56.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have a pick at 72. They loved him. Grab him. Bucky
Take it.
Brooks said if they had flopped Pregnon and Borkature, nobody would be saying anything about reaching or anything like that. It's just that Pregnon slipped. Like, so
makes sense.
They just need to come in and be them. And I love that. And I was really happy with the draft. I thought it was a great draft.
They believe in those kids, man, and so therefore I do too.
Yeah.
So
all right. So one thing that was not addressed in the draft was the running back room.
mhm.
The running back room right now is looking like Bashal Tootin is going to be the workhorse. LaQuint Allen is a dog as well. He had like 2 forced fumbles on kickoffs last year, and he did it with his head. Do you remember this? He would like dive in head first and knock the ball out of guys' hands, and I love it.
What a
But
beast.
Tootin, I think they're like, he's ready. He's ready to rock and roll here because we lost ETN, man. ETN's a dog. ETN signed for $14 million a year, and this is where they're going. Trevor and our offense are going to be the machine here.
Yeah, man. And, I feel like I didn't get to see enough of Tootin last year.
There's a lot of like goal line stuff.
Yeah,
like,
which was great, but like I want to say like we're good back there, but man, I just don't know. ETN had those flashes of just like I'm a
taking screens
baller,
60
man.
yards.
Yeah, like I can play ball. And Tootin, like what I know about him is that he is a hard charging downfield runner. Like he hits a hole like really hard.
Fast.
And
Very fast.
he doesn't really like skip around or anything. Like he just goes for it. And I really respect that out of a running back,
I think it's exactly. I'm happy for him to go back home to New Orleans with the Saints because Saints have a second-year quarterback. I think that's exactly what you need if you're the Saints. Is let's bring in ETN. They still have Kamara. Like I love that for the Saints, and I also like it for the Jaguars to say we have confidence in the guys we drafted.
Yeah, man.
We'll see how it plays out, but yeah,
totally. I mean, Tootin, I think he's our guy. I mean, he's just going to have to step up, and that's what Duval's all about. Like,
yes,
stepping up, rising to the occasion, and you want to make a name for yourself. You want to make yourself wealthy. There's no better platform to do it than Jacksonville.
Yes,
you want to be worth like 30 mil as a running back.
Yes.
Go to Jacksonville, a place that has significantly suffered over very many years.
Yes.
Never had a Super Bowl win, and go win a Super Bowl or something crazy like that, So this is his time to shine, and I'm with him.
Yeah, it's really reminds me of, so the New York Knicks are in the finals right now. They're up 2-0 on the Spurs, and my family's a New York Knicks family. That's my dad's team and my brother's team, and so I love the Knicks. And if those guys win a championship for the New York Knicks, they become gods.
Right.
They own New York. And it's very similar with Jacksonville. Like, this is a city that, like, we don't have much else. It's the Jags.
Yeah.
The Jumbo Shrimp won the championship, and I literally didn't even know. I mean, it's like...
No, I knew.
I know you knew. And I love it. But if these guys bring somewhat consistent success to Jacksonville, they will become gods. Gods of a city that has beautiful beaches, no state income tax, and beautiful people, and great food.
And really good food.
And that is, if that's not what you want, then I don't know what it is, man. It is. It's a real opportunity for these guys.
It sure is, man. It really sure is. Like, what a place to play football.
Yeah.
And what a place to, like, bring a city together,
Yes.
I mean, Jacksonville fans deserve it, man.
Yes.
Come on.
What are your hesitations? Is it pass rush, D-line? Like, what are your hesitations going in?
Well, yeah, obviously pass rush and D-line is a big one for me. I'm a little bit concerned about the wide receiver room, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And to be completely honest, like, they had, their struggles. I don't know if you remember the beginning of the year.
Oh
they
my gosh.
really struggled. And so I know BTJ had a pretty like slow year. And so
750 yards and like 8 touchdowns was his down year. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But remember when he was dropping in the beginning of the season, remember we had a ton of drops. We had a case of the drops, and that was like our biggest concern. I felt like when we were talking on the podcast is like, remember, that Brown thing, that you're supposed to in your hands.
Yeah.
And so, I want to make sure that we're going to like keep that momentum going and not kind of slip back, because I believe in Pookie a lot, Parker Washington. It's just, can he like replicate that? And I don't want that weight to be on Parker Washington.
Right.
Like, we need to make sure that we're still able to spread the ball out. Like, Jacoby Myers needs to keep being Jacoby Myers. BTJ needs to step back up into that role of wide receiver one, like firm. You know what I mean? There was like a little bit of wishy-washy with him last year. Like, I want that kid to be like our firm set wide receiver one, and I'll feel a lot more confident about that. Because Trevor, he's a baller. He
Yes.
really is. But he's not like, sometimes he's gonna throw you a wide open pass that's like way over
Yeah.
here, and he's gonna
Yeah.
throw it a million miles an hour because he's got a cannon. Like, I need guys who are gonna be like, I got that, bro. Don't worry about it.
And that's where I liked Travis Hunter on offense, because you saw in that Chiefs game, he had that big catch where
Yeah.
Travis Hunter is good at making uncatchable balls catchable. He would catch
the
them.
3 defenders and behind him, and he like
And the ball is thrown nowhere near.
Not even. And
Like,
he was like wide open going down the field, I think.
And he jumps up in the air, reaches down and grabs. Like, that's where I'm like, if Trevor's a little bit off, who's going to step up and be like, I got it, don't worry.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, so at the Rams, Liam Cohen joked, they used to call it third and cup, Cooper Kupp.
Right.
Like, so third down, you need it, just throw it to Cooper Kupp and he'll figure it out.
Right.
I think that's what Jacoby Myers is going to be, because he catches everything. And then Parker is going to be that after the catch, like, really solid guy. And then, by the way, they still got Brian Thomas Jr., and if he's hot,
yeah,
dude, he can play as good as any of them, as well as any of them. Like,
I just need them to grab that brown thing out of the sky.
And then Marcus, you draft 2 tight ends. You still have Hunter Long. You still have Quentin Morris, so that Brenton Strange is freed up to go do his thing. When Brenton Strange got hurt last year, do you remember we had like a 4-game stretch with no Brenton Strange? The offense looked completely different.
He is a leader. He's got to be some sort of a key, like, leader in that offense.
I love a good tight end, and a shout out to Quentin Morris. He's, I think, tight end 3 right now, but like, I remember he caught his first NFL touchdown last season, and it's like, Coach Cohen understands how to then get the most out of the guys he has, and that's something I really, really like about him.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any business winning 13 games last year. We won games that I was like, no shot we win this, and that's with blowing that game to the Texans. Like,
yeah,
we're going to be better. We might not win 13 games. I doubt we'll win 13 games, but I think it's going to be a better product and a more consistent product. Let me just run through the schedule really quick. Week 1.
I called undefeated season, by the way, and I got pretty close.
4 games off. It's pretty good.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty close.
Yeah, you only called 4 games incorrectly last year.
Yeah,
by the way.
hey,
that's real good.
Take that, yeah.
So week 1, home for the Browns. I'm nervous. Week 1, bad teams don't know they're bad yet. Anything could happen with that.
Are we doing
a
win or loss right now?
No, I'm just kind of running through it.
Okay.
So week 1, home for the Browns. Anything could happen. They just traded Myles Garrett, but they get Jared Verse, who's pretty dang good himself. And it's just going to be, if their quarterbacks can fog a mirror, then the Browns are going to be pretty good.
Is it Shador Sanders still?
It's either Shador or Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's on the books for like $45 million, dude. Like,
wait,
or
is
more.
He really?
They gave him 4 years, $230, all guaranteed. Like, he's on their books. There's no cutting him and saving any money. Like, Deshaun's going to play, and it's like,
he's got to play.
Yeah. At Broncos, week 2, anything can happen there. Home for the Patriots. I think we'd beat the Patriots. You know what I love? By the way, the whole Diana Rossini thing with Mike Vrabel, were you keeping up with that at all?
Absolutely not.
All right. So basically, allegedly, potentially, maybe, Vrabel and Rossini have had like a multi-year affair. But then somebody got a picture of Rossini and her husband like seeming to look fine, and I'm like, I wonder if the husband was almost like, look, I get it. He's big. He's a cool guy. Like, fine, whatever. No, I don't know. But anyway, we're not going to cover it right now, but it's wild.
That's hilarious.
At the Bengals, then we get the Eagles and the Texans in London. Bye week, week 7, early bye week.
Yeah, that is early, isn't it?
Home for the Colts, at the Ravens for Thursday night football. Tennessee, Giants, Tennessee, Bears, Steelers. Steelers is Monday Night Football in Jacksonville. Excuse me. At the Texans, at the Cowboys. Love that. Home for the Commanders, and then at the Colts. So, honestly, I kind of like the schedule.
At Cowboys is Sunday Night Football, right?
It sure is, yeah. That's
Pretty
correct.
cool. That's
going to be
cool.
awesome.
That'll be a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the Cowboys, they got Caleb Downs. Look out for the Cowboys this year, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Rams are probably the favorites because they got Miles Garrett, but like,
Uh-huh.
look out for the Cowboys.
Okay. All right.
I'm feeling good, man. I think another year in these systems, returning both coordinators that were both out interviewing for head coaching jobs. I I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling really good. I mean, I love our coaches, dude,
Yeah,
and I believe in them. I really
yeah.
do. Like after that season, man, and let's talk about that playoff game a little bit. We left 6 points on the table. Okay? We lost by 6 in that game. We
We
had a
lost by
chance.
3. Marcus, we lost by 3
We lost by 3? Oh, that's right. We did lose by 3, but we left we still left 6 points on the board.
because I think they went for it in the red zone and didn't get it.
And he missed a kick from like 30 something yards, right?
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
like that.
So
Yeah.
like there you go. Like we were right there that whole time. I mean, the cards didn't fall our way, and then coach going for it on 4th down, instead of like tying the game or whatever. That's tough. But like I believe in the coach's decision to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because coach is saying, no, like we're the kind of team that lines up face to face against our opponent, and like we're better than you at 1 yard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it didn't work out because I think Trevor like fell or slipped or whatever.
He was
And
an inch away, like
yeah,
inch away type of thing. Look, there's a lot you can talk about with the Jaguars. That coach is aggressive on his 4th down calls. You know, people. Caleb Williams is the Madden cover this year, and I'm fine with that. I love Caleb Williams, and I understand that it's because it's Jacksonville, but like Trevor Lawrence has 2 top 7 MVP finishes in his career already.
yeah,
2
really
playoff
does.
appearances. So people go like, "Oh, he's not as good as we thought he would be coming out of Clemson." And I go like, "Heard, but it's Jacksonville." Like he went to the worst team. He
Yeah,
like it is. I think it's miraculous what he has done in Jacksonville. All the 4 other quarterbacks in his draft class are either like pretty much out of the league or backups. Like,
and he's been through like 8 head coaches here.
yeah.
It's
So
ridiculous.
Urban Meyer, whoever the interim was, Doug Peterson, which I know Doug Peterson gets a lot of flack. I think Doug Peterson did a lot for Trevor.
Yeah,
And then you get Coach Cohen in, and it really like it feels like we finally have that. How people talk about the Rams, it's McVay and Stafford. I'm like, we get Cohen and Lawrence. Like Liam Cohen's not going anywhere. He's the play caller. It's his offense. I know the offensive coordinator does a lot throughout the week, and he relies on his coaches for a lot of stuff. But we have the nucleus of coach, quarterback, and then, you get your few other players that are like your guys, and then you just fill it in with the draft every year. And that's
yeah,
kind of what I like about the draft is that they're going, we intend on winning this year. Like,
yeah.
we're not rebuilding. We need guys that, like, our Nate Borkacher, that tight end, he's 25 years old. There are draft picks that are 20 years old, but they're like, we don't have 3 years to develop a tight end. We need a guy that can
Right.
come in and play right now. And
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. Like, they're not messing around with the fans. They're going like, "Hey guys, our intention is to win right now." And I love that.
Right. And I mean, at 25, like he's probably like a little more developed, right? Probably.
Mature.
Yeah.
Yes, everything. Like, think about the difference between you at 20 and you at 25.
Yeah. There's a big leap there.
Massive difference.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Looking around the division, the Titans drafted Carnell Tate with the 4th pick, really good receiver out of Ohio State to help Cam Ward.
Mm-hmm.
They got Robert Saleh as the head coach, so kind of a wild card, man. Yeah, who knows what's going on over there? Houston's going to be good because they're always good.
Sure.
If CJ Stroud can fog a mirror, they'll be good. And
He
then
is good though, man.
he
I
had a
think
bad couple games there. I'm like, do
yeah.
not think CJ Stroud is going to come out and do that against us.
I really do think he's a good player.
He's really good. I've seen him live now in person a few times, and I
Yeah.
sit there and I go like, he's just effortlessly flicking the ball 40 yards down the field and right into guys' hands,
He's
and he can move a little bit, and his defense is just insane. And
Yeah.
the Colts, I love you, Joe, but the Colts are all in on Daniel Jones and Sauce Gardner. I'm like, come on, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah, they seem like they need a little bit of help there.
yeah.
Although like Daniel Jones, I gotta
Don't
give
let
him
him
a
get
little
hot.
bit of respect, dude.
Do not let Daniel Jones get hot.
I'll give
I
him
mean,
a little praise there because
big,
that
fast,
was
strong. He has
accurate
another year in the
throwing.
offense. Like,
Yeah,
don't let Daniel Jones get hot on you. And
I was impressed.
they were 8-1 at one point, okay? And
He was a
lost
big-time fantasy quarterback to have last year.
huge. And
Yeah.
we went 2-0 on the Colts, of course, but like
That's what we do.
that's what we do. So looking around the division, I think it's us versus the Texans, and then there's going to be some wild cards in there, like always.
Sure.
But it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. I can't wait. It's too far away.
I know we're about to enter that period where NBA finals are going to end, and then it's truly nothing there for a couple months, and then we have to start, doing other activities that I'm like, gosh, I can't wait for Sundays to just be like,
I know.
I'm waking up, I'm getting a quick workout in, and then I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just watching ball.
Yeah, the best days, man.
Some of the most fun I've had is just put the phone down and actually sit there and watch. Like, if you can sit there and like, obviously Jaguars, obviously Cowboys, but if you get a good Bears Packers game, Bears Lions, like really sit there and watch and just appreciate what we get to sit here and watch.
Yeah,
It
man.
really is why America is the greatest country on earth. Like,
Yeah,
it really is.
absolutely. I agree. And like,
Yeah.
there's also something about watching football and like saying, you know what, right now for the next like 15 minutes, I'm just going to watch the defensive line. Like sometimes
Yes.
sometimes I'll just sit there and watch the D line and the running back will like do something sick and I don't even know what happened because I'm just watching like one player on the D line and then jumping around. I'll do that with like the linebackers,
Mm-hmm.
the offensive line, you know, and you can't really do it with the wide receivers 'cause they get out of the film,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
tough. But
Speaking of the offensive defensive line, we've already talked about this, but I'm like Baselli being in the building and Baselli being a Hall of Fame offensive lineman, and
yeah,
he is going to be the one. He did this before he got hired to be the EVP. When he was on Jags radio, he was the one that was preaching trenches. He goes, I don't
uh-huh.
care what the I don't care. He goes, look at the teams in the Super Bowls. They
Yeah,
are teams with nasty defensive lines and really good offensive lines. Like, look at the Patriots. The Patriots had a great defensive line. The Seahawks had a nasty defensive line,
for sure.
and the Seahawks also had a great offensive line. Like, you look at the Chiefs have this dynasty going right now. Well, the Chiefs have had very good guards and centers, great, really good players at tackles, and like that's been their nucleus. And then you let Mahomes work with. You get your cornerstone of Travis Kelce, and then you can kind of plug and play at receiver. Like,
Yeah,
and then you just need the defense to hold up, and they have a great defensive coordinator. Just look at what works, and I'm starting to see the vision where the Jaguars go. What works is offensive line, defensive line, and then good drafting and good
for sure.
coaching.
Absolutely.
It's obviously there's a lot that goes into it, but it's not that complicated.
No. And like we've got the players, and then the analytics and the statistics will follow having good trenches. So build up the offense and defensive line and just watch the amount of receptions, the amount of touchdowns, the amount of first downs, the amount of stops. Watch it all follow the
Yeah.
trenches. It's the
Yes.
way the game works. The game starts and it finishes up front.
Yes.
And I'm so firm on that, dude. I
Yeah,
believe
with
I believe it's so firm.
Yes, and with Milam and Monheim in last year's draft, and then getting Pregnon in this year's draft, and then I think they understood we need more guys on our defensive line, so they go get that Rook or Rororo or whatever from Atlanta. They send Mason Smith, ship him off. Great guy, but just like never materialized here. And then you just free up Josh and Trayvon to go do their thing.
Yeah.
My biggest hesitation is still edge depth. Like, after Josh and Trayvon, I'm really still not sure who it is. It's BJ Green and Danny Sturgow, who were undrafted last year. And then I remember last year, I thought Emmanuel Ogba was our biggest signing because it was edge depth. And so
Right.
he had an okay season. He didn't really do that much, but like, that's what it's about, man. And
We know it too. I mean, we were literally in the mix to go try to get Max Crosby.
yeah, they wanted him. They
We
wanted him,
wanted
but
him bad. And so it's
we
like,
wanted him bad. They
that's
know.
we like that. If that's not your sign that you're totally justified in what you're saying right now, I don't know what is, because they really understand, like, hey, okay, we need, a little bit more
I
up
joke to
front.
people all the time, if they would just take the time to listen to us, they'd learn a lot about football.
I mean,
If they would.
I guess, yeah, because like I'm
Yeah.
just saying it how it is, how I actually
Mhm.
feel. Like I feel like a lot of the talk shows, they just go all in on like the 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 playmakers. They talk about, who's throwing the ball, who's catching the ball, who's running the ball. I'm like, wait, hang on a second. Like these guys up front deserve just as much credibility and notice as anybody else on the team. So like they're just as important, and it really matters, dude.
Yeah. And when you hear talking heads talking about certain teams, whatever, people are always like, "Oh, you're disrespecting the Jaguars," or "Oh, you don't even watch the games," whatever. And I'm like, guys, there's 32 teams. They can't watch every single game. Like,
Right.
the Jacksonville fans, I think, get a little butthurt a little too quickly about like you're disrespecting us, whatever. And I go like, hey, to be fair, we yes, still technically all are a smaller market, and like, what have the Jaguars done to earn just the assumption of respect and like, oh, I assume the Jaguars have it together. Like we haven't earned that. This is the
No.
year where it's going to go because remember Doug Peterson, he had that 9-8, 9-8 and then bad. And it's like
Right.
you need to stack it up. Like those
Yeah.
two 9-8 seasons by the way, I was like, guys, I just watched us go 3 and
Yeah.
14 and 1 and 15 and
Yeah.
two 9-8 seasons was a blessing. That was
It sure
amazing. So,
was. Yeah, we had a good time.
yeah, real good. So,
I
anyway,
agree, man. It's hard to even like me, one of the most like loyal Jags fans I feel like around
yes.
has a hard time going in next year and saying like, yeah, we're definitely like that good again. So
Dude,
I'm not doubting their capabilities. I'm just saying we're not, Kansas City's year last year was like all the fans are like, "Oh my god, what's going on? Like we're normally dominating." I'm like, "No, like you're, welcome to the
it
club,
happens. It
welcome to the
happens.
team."
Yeah.
That's so
You dropped some close games. That's how it is. And
yeah.
when I look at Browns, Broncos, Patriots, Bengals, Eagles, Texans before the bye week, those first 6 games, I'm like, we could be 2-4. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
you get the right guys that are going to be built to the right stuff that aren't going to freak out and they're going to overcome that. And I love
Yeah.
that. And I think they did it. So
What's the saying, dude? Good teams find a way to win.
they find a way to win, and
It's not about
rebellions
how
are built on
flashy
hope.
that too.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
that's a big one, yeah.
That's a big one.
They sure
So
are.
they are. It's all about like you almost have to be a little nuts upstairs, you know?
You gotta be some kinda crazy.
And
Yeah,
I
you
think
gotta
Coach
have
Cohen is a
that.
little bit nuts upstairs.
I mean, you've seen
And I love that.
his fire up speeches, post game win hype up videos. Man, he's built for being our head coach, and I
He
think
is.
that he could have like a legacy coaching career in Jacksonville where we
Yes.
keep him for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah. It doesn't take that much. Like I mean,
Yeah.
people like to kick Doug Peterson to the wayside. I'm like, Dougie P got us a playoff win and 2 9-8 seasons. I think he's already like one of the better
Yeah.
head coaches we've ever had. So
Literally. Yeah. Come on,
anyway,
Coach Cohen.
I love it. All right, brother.
All right,
Good
man.
stuff. We'll
That
get
was
Quint
fun.
on to come actually tell us to come and just verify everything we're saying, and he'll
Pretty
tell us
much.
like, yeah, these route combinations, blah blah blah. So and I meant it when I said I'd send one of his children to Houston for Will Anderson. So anyway, all right,
That's
dog.
awesome.
Happy
All right,
Saturday.
brother.
What are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing tonight?
Absolutely nothing.
Nice. I think I'm gonna
Is
go
there
play
another
Clash.
is there another basketball game on tonight?
It was
No.
last night. Yeah. No. Nothing. I'm gonna play video games.
Yeah. That sounds
That's
good
how
to
it
me
is.
too, man.
I love it. All right, brother.
All right,
Good night.
peace. See ya. Bye.